Hello, hi guys. I welcome you to Smartkeeda Current Affairs Mock Test 8 to 12th August. Kerala Financial Corporation has announced a comprehensive funding scheme for startups worth nearly rupees 10 crore. The scheme is titled as what? Kindly give the correct answer. So the answer for the same is that this is titled as KFC Startup Kerala. Option B is the correct answer. So the scheme that Kerala Financial Corporation has announced with the comprehensive funding scheme for startups worth nearly 10 crore. The scheme is titled as KFC Startup Kerala. This KFC Startup Kerala will support startup in all the stages of their growth, from the proof of concept to prototype development, product trials, market entry, commercialization and scaling up. So basically this is an all-in-all scheme. This will be a venture debt scheme and provision to finance purchase orders received by startups. Let's go ahead. Who among the following has been appointed as Uttarakhand's Women and Child Development Ambassador? So kindly give the correct answer. Who has been appointed? The answer for the same is that Vandana Kataria, our hockey player, has been appointed as Uttarakhand's Women and Child Development Ambassador. So Uttarakhand Chief Minister, newly elected Pushkar Singh Dhami. The earlier minister was Tirath Singh Rawat, but the new Chief Minister is Pushkar Singh Dhami, has announced that Indian women's hockey team player Vandana Kataria will be the brand ambassador of the State Department of Women Empowerment and Child Development. Which of the following state has recently launched Enagar Mobile Application and Portal? So give the correct answer. Which of the state has launched this Enagar Mobile Application and Portal? This application will cover 10 modules and 52 services, including property tax, professional tax, water and drainage complaints, grievance redressal, all the complaints that are related to a citizen. So which state has launched this Enagar mobile application? The answer is Gujarat. So Gujarat's CM has launched this Enagar mobile application and portal. This will give 52 services, including property tax, professional tax, water and drainage, complaints and grievance redressal, building permission, fire and emergency services, etc. and etc. Total 170 locations, including 162 municipalities and 8 municipal corporations, are covered under the Enagar project. So quite a comprehensive project. International Day of the World's Indigenous People 2021 was observed on which date? Kindly give the correct answer. International Day of the World's Indigenous People. The answer for the same is that the International Day of the World's Indigenous People is observed each year on August 9th. So this International Day of the World's Indigenous People is observed on August 9th. And this indigenous people live in around 90 countries across the world, and they account approximately 6.2% of the world's total population, right? So basically indigenous people are those people who were on the land from far long time ago. So let us say that Caucasian race or the European race, it is now in USA, and it makes up of the European immigrants. It is the majority population of USA, but the original population of USA was Red Indians. In India, 705 ethnic groups that have been officially recognized as scheduled tribes are considered as India's indigenous people and also the world's indigenous people. Which of the following football club has recently won the 2021 CONCACAF Gold Cup? So the answer for the same is that this has been won by United States men's national soccer team. So United States men's national soccer team won the CONCACAF Gold Cup final, and it collects the second trophy in 2 months, right? So it won the match after 1-0 win over Mexico in the CONCACAF Gold Cup final in front of an Pro L3 crowd in Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas on Sunday. Who among the following has launched the PMDASH Portal and PMDASH Mobile App that is developed by the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment in collaboration with National E-Governance Division to make the skill development schemes accessible to the target groups? Kindly give the correct answer. The answer for the same is that Union Minister Virender Kumar has launched this PMDASH Portal and PMDASH Mobile App. This has been developed by the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment, right? Through this portal and app, the youth of the target groups will be available will be able to avail the benefits of skill development training programs more easily. So all the skill development programs which are launched for the marginalized groups will be available through these apps. Government of India has given how many years extension to Cabinet Secretary Rajiv Gauba? This is one of the most important positions in the entire secretariat. So Rajiv Gauba has been given an extension of how many years? The answer is 1 year. So Centre gave 1 year extension to Cabinet Secretary Rajiv Gauba, and the appointment committee of the Cabinet has approved his extension to the service as Cabinet Secretary for the period of 1 year beyond 30 August 2021. Right? He is a 1982 batch of officer of Jharkhand cadre, and he was to retire on August 30 this year, but he has been given a 1 year extension. Which of the following bank has recently entered into a strategic co-lending partnership with Dhanvarsha Finvest to offer loan against gold ornaments under priority sector to MSME borrowers at competitive rates? So which of the following banks have entered? The answer for the same is that the bank which has entered into a co-lending partnership with Dhanvarsha Finvest is Central Bank of India, also known by the name of CBOI. So Central Bank of India has entered into this partnership, and they will offer loan against gold ornaments under the priority sector to MSME borrowers at competitive rates, subject to the compliance by laws made by RBI, right? So this is very important. Basically, this is nothing but the loan against gold. So you go and you keep that gold as a mortgage, and the loan is given to the person. Which of the following country has become the first country to grant patent for an invention by AI? Kindly give the correct answer. AI is nothing but artificial intelligence system. The answer for the same is South Africa. So South Africa has become the first country in the world to award a patent to an invention by an artificial intelligence, right? So this is an artificial intelligence created invention. This is an interlocking food and beverage container based on fractal geometry, which has been awarded a patent by South Africa's Company and Intellectual Property Commission. Who among the following has released postage stamp on social worker Mananiya Chamanlal? So who among the following has released this postage stamp? The answer is Shri Venkaiah Naidu. So Shri Venkaiah Naidu ji has released this commemorative postage stamp on Mananiya Chamanlal at a public function at Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel Conference at Maulana Azad Road, New Delhi. Right? Let's go ahead. Which of the following two countries have recently conducted the naval exercise Zaid Talwar 2021? So the thing to remember is Zaid Talwar 2021. Which of the following countries have done it? The answer is that it was done between India and UAE. So India and UAE have done this exercise training of Naval Air and Land Special Forces, and they conducted their bilateral naval exercise Zaid Talwar 2021 of Abu Dhabi on Saturday. Right, so this is very important. INS Kochi, along with integral seeking Mk-42B helicopters deployed in the Persian Gulf, exercised with the navies of United Arab Emirates El Dhafra, a guided missile corvette, and an AS-565B Panther helicopter. Who among the following is the author of the book titled as Biography of a Failed Venture, Decoding Success Secrets from the Black Box of a Dead Startup? So who among the following has authored it? The answer is that the book has been written by Prashant Desai. So this is a book written by Prashant Desai. He is a senior director at Everstone Group and head of strategy and investor relations at Burger King, India. So he has, Virender Sehwag made the announcement, but the book has been written by Prashant Desai. So the questionnaires will, in the IBPS or in the railways or ICC, they will confuse you that who has launched this book. The answer is that the book was launched by Virender Sehwag, but it has been written by Prashant Desai. Noted sculptor and cartoonist P.S. Banerjee passed away recently. He was from which state? Kindly give the correct answer. So the answer is that noted Kerala sculptor P.S. Banerjee passed away, and he was undergoing treatment for post-COVID-19 complications. He was the winner of Lalit Kala Academy Fellowship, and he was noted for his Ayankali and Buddha sculptures at Vengur and Kodunnaman. Right? He is also known for the rendition of folk songs, including the popular Tharaka Penalle, as he was working as a graphic designer in an IT firm in the capital. Justice P Keshwara Rao passed away at 60. He was judge of which High Court? So Justice P Keshwara Rao passed away when he was 60 years old, and he was a justice at Telangana High Court. So Telangana High Court Justice P Keshwara Rao died away at a private hospital in Hyderabad. His last rites were performed. Anupam Abraham passed away recently. He was an. So Anupam Abraham is a famous actor, television actor as well as a film personality. He was an actor. The picture can be seen here, right? And the TV show which can come in the question paper because it was very famous is that he was known for TV show Man Ki Awaaz Pratigya and appearances in film like Slumdog Millionaire and Bandit Queen. Who among the following has overtaken Anil Kumble to become the third highest wicket taker in the longest format? The answer for the same is that this has been done by James Anderson. So James Anderson is England fast bowler and he has overtaken Anil Kumble to become the third highest wicket taker in the longest format. Right? Let's go ahead. Which company has partnered with IIM Sambalpur to support small businesses and artisans? The answer is that the company which has partnered with IIM Sambalpur is none other than Flipkart India. So Flipkart India has partnered with them so that they can leverage their expertise and knowledge to create an operational framework to support the underserved communities and helping them build capacity and enhanced market reach. This partnership will support and promote small businesses, artisans and weavers. Doorstep Healthcare Scheme has been launched in which state? Kindly give the correct answer. The answer is that Tamil Nadu CM Stalin, MK Stalin has launched this scheme, Doorstep Healthcare. Under this scheme, it aims to eliminate the need for patients to visit hospitals for treating non-communicable diseases. Which of the following has launched the COVID-19 Death Information Portal? The answer is that Kerala Health Minister Veena George has launched this COVID-19 Death Information Portal. This is to maintain the record of number of deaths due to the virus. Let's go ahead. 2021 Nagasaki Day was observed on which day? Nagasaki Day is the day on which Nagasaki was bombed. So the answer is that the Nagasaki Day took place in the year 1945 on August 9th. So on August 9th, in the city of Nagasaki, and in August 6th on Hiroshima. So there was basically a gap of 3 days. First was Hiroshima and the August 9th one was in Nagasaki, right? So this is an important day which is celebrated. An annual event takes place in Galway Alliance War in Irish Square, marking the anniversary of atomic bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki by United States in 1945. World Biofuel Day was celebrated on which date? The answer for the same is World Biofuel Day was celebrated on August 10th. So World Biofuel Day are renewable and biodegradable resources of energy, and the day is celebrated to bring awareness about the use of biofuels. By the virtue of these qualities, they are more sustainable than their traditional counterparts, and biofuel is an umbrella term for any type of fuel that can be generated from biological materials such as agriculture waste, vegetation including trees and crops and grass. World Lion Day was observed on which date? The answer is that the World Lion Day was observed on August 10th. So World Lion Day is celebrated on August 10th every year, and Worldwide Fund for Animals have said that even though lion is the king of the jungle, it actually lives only in grassland and plains. Because it never lives in the jungle, it only lives in, the tiger lives in the jungle. Who among the following has authored a book titled How the Earth Got Its Beauty? The answer is that the book was authored by famous writer Sudha Murty. So Sudha Murty ji has written this book, and popular children's author. She is a popular very children author, and she has written this book How the Earth Got Its Beauty. It is published by Penguin Random House imprint Puffin and has illustrations by Priyanka Pachpande. Right? So this book deals with her travels and about her landscapes which she saw: snow-clad mountains, meadow of flowers, singing rivers, animals of various shapes, and colorful life inside the water bodies. Who among the following has recently authored a book titled The Earth Spinner? The answer for the same is that The Earth Spinner has been given by and written by Anuradha Roy. So Anuradha Roy, award-winning novelist, has written this book, and this book is about changing the ways of loving and living in the model one. This is going to be published on September 3 and published by the publishing house HAT India, announced today. So this is very, very important. Her last book, All the Lives We Never Lived, won the Tata Literature Live Book of the Year Award 2018. So the books that she has written is The Earth Spinner and as well as All the Lives We Never Lived. Which date is going to be named as the Javelin Throw Day to honor Neeraj Chopra? The answer is 7th August. So 7th August is going to be declared by the Athletics Foundation of India as the Javelin Throw Day, as he won the first historic Olympic gold in athletics. He won the gold medal in men's javelin throw and the 2020 Tokyo Olympics on August 7th. Which of the following countries is going to launch advanced geoimaging satellite GSAT1? The answer for the same is that GSAT1 is launched by none other country than India. So India is going to launch this advanced geoimaging satellite GSAT1 on August 12th. This is going to be launched from Sriharikota Spaceport on August 12th, right? So very, very important. The GSAT-1 is placed 36,000 km above the surface of Earth in the geostationary orbit, and the satellite will be able to constantly monitor areas that are of interest, such as countries' borders. They will provide, very important satellite, because this will provide information about a large area, and this can come very handy to the military armed forces. This will also help in quick monitoring of natural disasters, episodes and short-term events. Indian Army contingent is going to participate in the International Army Games 2021. Games are going to be held in which country? So the answer is that the Indian Army contingent, which is going to be participating in the International Army Games, is in Russia. So Russia is an old partner, and you can just remember it like this, that a 101 member contingent of the Indian Army will proceed to Russia to participate in the International Army Games 2021 from August 22 to September 4. Let's go ahead. Saranya Sasi passed away recently. The answer is that Saranya Sasi was a Malayalam TV actress. You must know her by her picture here. She was suffering from brain tumor, which she developed during COVID-19 in May this year. Which state has won the AI Game Changer Award for crowd monitoring solution? The answer is that the same was won by Telangana. So Telangana state has won this AI Game Changer Award for Experience AI Summit organized by NASSCOM. Right? Let's go ahead. Which company and UNICEF India have launched a one-year joint initiative to end violence against children with a special focus on online safety? The answer for the same is UNICEF India and Facebook. So UNICEF India and Facebook have launched together a one-year joint initiative to end violence against children with a special focus on online safety. With this statement, the statement given by UNICEF says that the partnership seeks to create a safe environment for children online and offline. This will include a nationwide social media campaign and a capacity building for 1 lakh school children for online safety, digital literacy and psychological support. Who among the following is the author of the book titled as Balakot Airstrike, How India Avenged Pulwama? The answer for the same is that this book, Balakot Airstrike, How India Avenged Pulwama, is written by none other than Manan Bhatt. So Manan Bhatt has written this book, and the book is the detailed account of 2 epochal events. And this captures everything from moments before the ill-fated CRPF bus was hit to the cockpits from where precision bombs were triggered and what transpired in those 12 momentous expectation-filled days when Abhinandan was returned. Who among the following has been roped in by the Reserve Bank of India for cyber fraud awareness campaign? The answer is, who among the following has been roped in? The answer is RBI has roped in Neeraj Chopra. So he is going to get a lot of advertisements because again, he has won the gold medal, which is in athletics, and that's really good. And they have roped in his awareness campaign against growing cyber frauds. And the campaign sees Chopra urging users not to divulge details like OTP, CVV and ATM pin in front of everyone. Which person has assumed the charge of chairman of managing director of THDC India Limited? The answer for the same is R.K. Vishnoi. There is nothing else to remember. He has assumed the charge of this company. Which state has won the 7th national award under Van Dhan Yojana scheme? So Van Dhan Yojana scheme, Nagaland has won the award. None of these is the correct answer. Nagaland has won the 7 national awards under the Van Dhan Yojana scheme. So Nagaland has been conferred with the 7 national awards on the first Vandhan Annual Awards 2021. The awards were first position in Best Service State, Best Training, most number of VKCs established. So this has been won by Nagaland overall. Which company has become the 4th largest IT company by market cap in India? The answer is HCL. So HCL has become the 4th largest IT company, surpassing Cognizant Technologies. And this tech giant has become the leading India-centric information technology services company with a market capitalization of $39 billion, whereas Cognizant has a minutely less $38.84 billion of capitalization. Which bank has selected Amazon Web Services, the cloud computing arm of Amazon, as its preferred cloud provider so that it can strengthen its artificial intelligence-based banking solutions? The answer for the same is that this has been done by RBL Bank. Now, most of you think that RBL Bank's full form is Royal Bank of London, but it's not. It's Ratnakar Bank. So, RBL Bank's headline is Apnoka Bank, and this has done partnership with Amazon Web Services because these are one of the fastest services that gives you quick responses. So, they will create with AWS an AI Center of Excellence, and this will be very important for the bank for giving innovative offering, saving cost and tightening risk controls. Which bank has signed an agreement with Indian Navy to honor first banking solutions? The answer for the same is, kindly give the correct answer. The answer for the same is IDFC First Bank. So IDFC First Bank has signed an agreement with the Indian Navy to honor first a premium banking solution to serving personnel and veterans of the Indian Navy. Right? So this is very important. Which bank has joined hands with Prasing Housing Financier IIFL Home Finance Limited, a subsidiary of IIFL Home Finance, to reduce carbon emission and preserve water and vitality in India? The answer for the same is Asian Development Bank. So Asian Development Bank has launched into an inexperienced housing initiative in India to scale back carbon emissions and preserve water and vitality. Which small finance bank has launched a fintech accelerator program called Equitech? Which small finance bank has launched that? The answer for the same again is Equitas Small Finance Bank. So Equitas Small Finance Bank has launched this, and Equitas Small Finance Bank is set to launch the Equitech, a finance accelerator aimed at the startup ecosystem. It is a unique program designed to scale up and help fintechs curate their products and define a go-to-market strategy. What are fintechs? Fintechs are basically the collaboration of finance and technology. Reserve Bank of India has announced the enhancement of collateral-free loans to self-help groups under Day NRLM from Rs 10 lakh to what amount? The answer for the same is RBI has announced this enhancement of collateral-free loans under the Day RLM from 10 lakhs to 20 lakh rupees. So now the self-help groups can have under the Day NRLM 20 lakh rupees, and no collateral and no margin will be charged. No lien should be marked against saving bank account of SHG, and no deposit should be insisted upon while sanctioning loans. As per the recent report, India's nuclear power capacity is expected to reach 22,480 megawatt by which year? So India is, I think, in the 12th or 13th country which is producing nuclear power. First one is USA for sure. So India's nuclear power capacity is expected to reach this much amount by which year? The answer for the same is 2031. So India is going to reach 22,480 megawatts by 2031 from the current 6,780 megawatts. So the first country in nuclear power capacity generation is USA. Presently there are 22 reactors with a total capacity of 6,780 megawatts. So if the question comes, then this is this. 22 reactors are there. Which of the following Union Territory has recently begun Pani Mah campaign? The answer is that the UT, which has Lieutenant General R.K. Mathur as its LT General, the answer is Ladakh. So Union Territory of Ladakh has launched a month-long campaign, Pani Mah, Water Month, to increase the pace of implementation of Jal Jeevan Mission in the UT. Right? This program will run at the block and panchayat levels in 2 phases, and these phases are written here, 1st to 14th August and 16th to 30th August 2021. National Handloom Day 2021 was observed on which date? The answer for the same is that the National Handloom Day was observed on August 7th. So National Handloom Day is celebrated on the Swadeshi movement when it was launched in 1905. It was a very important moment because this moment collided with the Bengal partition, and this Swadeshi movement was launched on August 7th, and that's the day on which National Handloom Day is celebrated, right? Around 70% of the handloom weavers and workers are women, and it's a key to women's empowerment. Who among the following has won the bronze medal at Tokyo 2020 in wrestling? The answer for the same again goes to Bajrang Punia. So Bajrang Punia has won the bronze medal in Tokyo Olympics 2020, and this is 2020 because due to COVID the games could not happen in 2020. Bajrang won by technical superiority. Who among the following has won the gold medal in Javelin Throw at Tokyo Olympics 2020? Very simple, there is no need to go for more. None of these, as Neeraj Chopra has won the Tokyo Olympics 2020, and he threw the javelin at 87.03 meter and in the first throw, and bettered it with 87.58 meters. So these were his two throws, and this is how he won it. Who among the following has been appointed as the MotoGP brand ambassador of Eurosport India? The answer is that the MotoGP brand ambassador of Eurosport India is none other than John Abraham. So John Abraham is the brand ambassador of the flagship motor property MotoGP, and he will be promoting MotoGP to a wider audience base in India through campaign MotoGP Race Lagate Hain, and he has shared the stage with MotoGP legend the Dr. Valentino Rossi and has frequented many MotoGP races. Let's go ahead. Which edition of the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers International Conference on Range Technology is being held? The answer for the same is that second IEEE conference is being held, and this is an international conference on range technology, right? And this conference has been organized by ITR, that is Integrated Test Range Chandipur. It's a laboratory of DRDO, and it was inaugurated by Secretary Department of DRDO Dr. G. Satish Reddy. Mangadechu Hydroelectric Project has got the Brunel Medal. It is located in which country? The answer for the same is that Mangadechu Hydroelectric Project is located in the country of Bhutan. So Bhutan, India assisted Mangadechu Hydroelectric Project was conferred with the Brunel Medal awarded by the London-based Institute of Civil Engineers. One of the reasons why the Mangadechu project was awarded was because of its social and environmental credentials. India's first heart failure biobank is going to be inaugurated at STIMST in which state? So India's first heart failure biobank is going to be inaugurated at STIMST in Kerala. So India's first heart failure biobank, an important resource containing collection of high quality biological human samples, is going to be inaugurated at STIMST in Kerala, and this will be inaugurated at Sri Chitra Trinul Institute for Medical Sciences and Technology. Power Ministry has recently launched an e-certification program to provide regulatory training. Who among the following is the Power Minister of India? The answer for the same is that the Power Minister of India is Rajkumar Singh, RK Singh. He was earlier a secretary, and he is going to launch the reform and regulatory knowledge base for power sector and e-certification program to provide regulatory training to practitioners from diverse backgrounds. Who among the following has announced that he would be stepping down as the coach of the Indian women's hockey team? The answer is Sojord Marine. So Sojord Marine has said that he will step down as the Indian coach of Indian women's hockey team, and he said that India's bronze medal match against Great Britain was his last, and he has reached his home. Jan Krzysztof Duda has recently won the 2021 FIDE World Cup. He is from which country? The answer for the same is that he is from Poland. So he has won the FIDE World Cup. This is related to chess, and he has beaten the Grandmaster Sergei Krachkin convincingly in his white game, thereby avoiding a tiebreak. National Fisheries Development Board has recently signed an agreement with which bank to extend financial assistance to fisheries sector? The answer is that the National Fisheries Development Board has signed this agreement with the Bank of Punjab National Bank. So by this, the government has created, and this National Fisheries Board have done this agreement with PNB, the Premier Bank, to extend financial assistance through the bank. The 79th anniversary of the Quit India movement was observed on which date? The answer for the same is that the 79th anniversary of Quit India movement was observed on August 8th. 7th August is the date on which National Handloom Day is observed because Swadeshi movement was launched, and the 79th anniversary of Quit India movement was observed on August 8th. So this is something which you need to remember. On this day, an exhibition on Quit India movement was put up at the National Archives of India as a part of the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, celebrated to commemorate the 75 years of independence. Minister Babulal Jain passed away, and he was a politician. Actually, the question is revealing itself the answer. So, senior BJP leader and former Madhya Pradesh minister Babulal Jain died of prolonged illness at a private hospital in Jain. So, he was made of the chairman of Samana Nirdhan Kalyan Yog with the minister's rank in 2007, and later he was made the deputy chairman of the MP State Planning Commission. So, very, very important minister. Who among the following has launched the PMDASH Portal and PMDASH Mobile App? And I've earlier dealt with the same question. It is Dr. Virender Kumar. So Virender Kumar has launched this PMDASH and PMDASH Mobile App. This will basically launch schemes which are related to, which will come under the Social Justice Ministry, and it will basically make them accessible to the youth. India has won how many medals at the Tokyo Olympics 2020? The answer for the same is that India has won 7 medals at the Tokyo Olympics 2020. And this is organized in Japan this year. Players from all around the world are performing to win medals for the country. Himachal Pradesh State Handicraft and Handloom Corporation has signed an MOU with which company for online sale? The answer for the same is that Himachal Pradesh State Handicraft and Handloom Corporation has signed this MOU with Flipkart for online sale. So, Himachal Pradesh State Handicraft and Handloom Corporation has signed this MOU with online retailer Flipkart for online sale and promotion of the products made by local artisans, craftsmen to customers across the globe. Which state government is going to provide free treatment to COVID-19 patients under the out-of-pocket treatment scheme? The answer for the same is that Meghalaya government is going to provide this free treatment to COVID-19 patients under the out-of-pocket treatment scheme. Which of the following state has become the first state to issue an order to implement the new Education Policy 2020 from current academic session? The answer for the same is that the state of Karnataka has become the first state to issue this order to implement the new education policy. Union government has recently launched what amount to Uttar Pradesh government to accelerate implementation of the Jal Jeevan Mission? The answer for the same is that the center has released 2400 crore rupees. So center has released 2400 crore rupees and this is for providing clean tap water to every household, right? After 2 years of the program, the number has been increased to 40.77%. Earlier, 17% of the rural household has this tap water, but now 40% of the rural household have the tap water project. Nisar, a joint project, satellite project of ISRO and NASA, has been proposed to be launched in which year? The answer is that this project is going to be launched by early 2023. So Nisar is going to be launched at 2023, and this was said by Earth Sciences Minister Jitendra Singh. Right? Let's go ahead. Vice Navy Chief has led the keels of the first AWS shallow water craft. Who is among the following is holding the position of Vice Chief Navy Chief India? The answer is Satish Namdeo Ghormade. So Satish Namdeo Ghormade has led the keels. Keels means this thing which you can see it here, the basic structure of a ship, and he has laid the keels of the first warship of the anti-submarine warfare shallow watercraft project and the third warship of the survey vessel large project of the Indian Navy on Friday. Kais Said was in news recently. He is the president of which country? The answer is that he was Tunisia's president, and he was in the news because he removed the prime minister from the office. And he removed Prime Minister Hichem Mechichi following a day of protest against the ruling party. Who among the following has been announced as the Chief Executive Officer of BOI Exa Investment Managers Private Limited? Who among the following has been appointed? The answer is Anthony Heredia. So Anthony Heredia has been appointed as the CEO of BOI Exa Investment Managers Private Limited with effect from August 5, 2021. Who among the following has got a 3-year extension in the National Commission for Women Chairperson? The answer is Rekha Sharma. So she will be the National Commission NCW's chairperson. Rekha Sharma, she has got the extension for another 3 years. or until the age of 65 years, but she is only 57 years, so she will complete her term. Which state government has backed the AI Game Changer Award in the Experience AI Summit organized by NASSCOM? I've discussed this earlier in this very slide only. The answer for the same is that this has been won by the Telangana government. Telangana government has won this award, and the Status Aviros was the technology partner for this project and was selected by the state government for implementing the AI application in the state. Reserve Bank of India has empaneled which bank to act as an agency bank to facilitate transactions related to government businesses? Now, this is an agency bank and this is an honor which is given by the RBI, and it has empaneled Karnataka Bank. So they can, this Mangaluru headquartered private lender Karnataka Bank will act as an agency bank to facilitate transactions related to government businesses. Which firm has partnered with IBBI to enhance research efforts in the area of insolvency and bankruptcy? The answer for the same is that National Stock Exchange has partnered with Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India for research and collaboration. Asian Development Bank has approved what amount of loan for the ongoing Maharashtra Rural Connectivity Improvement Project, that is upgrading rural roads and connecting remote areas with markets? The answer is that ADB has approved this USD 300 million additional loan for rural roads in Maharashtra. Right? Which organization has launched the Swavalamban Challenge Fund to promote entrepreneurship? The answer for the same is that this Swavalamban Challenge Fund to promote entrepreneurship is launched by the Small Industries Bank, SIDBI, Small Industries Development Bank of India. This is the premium financial institution engaged in the promotion, financing and development of the micro, small and medium enterprises. So they have partnered with Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office and launched the Swavalamban Challenge Fund. Which of the following bank has signed an MOU with incubation arm of IIM Bangalore to disperse exclusive loans to startups? The answer for the same is that Indian Bank has signed an MOU with the incubation arm of IIM Bangalore to disperse exclusive loans to startups. So incubation arm of the IIMB NRCRCL is a platform which brings together the startup and industry mentors. They are going to do that. Who among the following has recently attended the 8th Justice Ministers Meet 2021 of SCO? The answer for the same is that this was done by Kiran Rijiju. So Kiran Rijiju has attended the 8th Justice Ministers Meet 2021 of the SCO. Who among the following has represented India in the 28th Asian Regional Forum of Foreign Ministers Meeting 2021? The answer for the same is that this 28th Asian Regional Forum Foreign Ministers Meeting 2021 was represented by Rajkumar Ranjan Singh. So Minister of State for External Affairs, earlier he was not the minister, now he is the new minister. Dr. Rajkumar Ranjan Singh led India's delegation to the 28th Asian Regional Forum Foreign Ministers Meeting held virtually on 6th August 2021. Ravi Kumar Dhaiya has claimed silver medal for India in men's freestyle wrestling category. So in which category he participates? The answer is that he participates in the 57 kg freestyle wrestling category. And Ravi Kumar has become India's second silver medalist at the Tokyo Games, right? Which company has signed an MOU with Uttar Pradesh Expressway Industrial Development Authority, EIDA? The answer for the same is that the MOU with EIDA, that is the Uttar Pradesh Expressway Industrial Development Authority, was signed by Bharat Dynamics Limited. So Bharat Dynamics have signed an MOU to invest in the UP Defence Corridor. And this is BDL, Bharat Dynamics Limited, is the country's sole defense public sector company manufacturing missiles and underwater weapons for the armed forces. Who among the following has been named as the new manager of Netherlands, signing a deal through to the next year's World Cup final in Qatar? The answer for the same is that this is done by Louis van Gaal. So you must have seen him in the 2014 World Cup also, that he was very much happy when the goals were scored from the Netherlands side, and he has said that he is the new manager of Netherlands, signing a deal through the next year's World Cup final in Qatar. Ram Subhag Singh has been appointed as the Chief Secretary of which state? The answer for the same is that Ram Subhag Singh has been appointed as the Chief Secretary of Himachal Pradesh. So Ram Subhag Singh is a senior IAS officer and he has replaced Chief Secretary Anil Kumar Khachi, and Ram Subhag Singh is the new Himachal Pradesh Chief Secretary. Retired Justice V.M. Kanade has been appointed as the Lokayukta of which state? The answer is that retired Justice V.M. Kanade has been appointed as the Lokayukta of Maharashtra because the post was lying vacant for a long time. So he has been now made the Lokayukta of Maharashtra by Bhagat Singh Koshyari ji. Which country has defeated Spain 2-1 to win gold medal in the men's football at Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games? The answer is this was done by Brazil. So Brazil retained their Olympic men's football title as substitute Malcolm struck the winner in a 2-1 victory over Spain after the extra time. TriFed is going to collaborate with which state to establish a comprehensive network of Van Dhan Kendra clusters and 5 tri-food tribal food parks in the state? The answer for the same is that TriFed is going to participate and collaborate with the state of Assam. So they will go to establish a comprehensive network of Van Dhan Kendra clusters and 5 tri-food tribal food parks in the state. 7 members of the parliament were also present during the meeting, and this is very, very important because the objective of the meeting was to identify the outlines of setting up a comprehensive Van Dhan network of 7,000 Van Dhan self-help groups and 350 VD VKCs and 5 tri-food tribal food parks. Now if you can see it here, that contours means outlines, and you need to have a good English to understand the meaning which is given in the GK or English comprehensions. NABARD has sanctioned a Rs 217.72 crore so far during the RIDF assistance to which state government? The answer is that NABARD has sanctioned 217.72 crore under the RIDF assistance to the Goa government. So they have sanctioned these loans worth 188 crore for the construction of super speciality block Bambolim and enhancement of solid waste treatment plant Saligao under the Rural Infrastructure Development Fund to the government of Goa. Let's go ahead. Which of the following state is going to introduce online payment of water supply bill in villages? The answer for the same is that Punjab is going to introduce this bill. None of these. So Punjab Water Supply and Sanitation Minister Razia Sultana announced that the online payment of water supply bill will be introduced in all villages across the state in a phased manner. Who among the following has released the book titled Accelerating India 7 Years of Modi Government during the event held at Uparashtrapati Niwas, New Delhi? Uparashtrapati is Vice President Niwas. The answer for the same is that this book was launched by none other than the Vice President M Venkaiah Naidu. So he resides at the Uparashtrapati Niwas and he has released this book Accelerating India 7 Years of Modi Government, that is 2014 to 2021. He referred to the direct benefit transfers as a defining moment in the transformative journey of the governance in India. Chief Justice of India has launched a mobile app created by the National Legal Service Authority app, NALSA. Right? Who among the following is the Chief Justice in India? NALSA basically helps in people applying for legal aid and seeking victim compensation. So NALSA has been inaugurated by the Chief Justice of India. Can you name who is the Chief Justice of India? The answer is that Chief Justice of India right now is N.V. Ramana. So N.V. Ramana has launched this. NALSA was constituted under the Legal Services Authority Act 1987 so that it can provide free legal services. And anybody who's in free legal aids need can apply through the app and can track the status on the app. Competition Commission of India has approved Lighthouse Fund acquisition of additional stake in. Has approved Lighthouse Fund's acquisition of additional stake in which company? The answer is that they have approved this stake in Bikaji Foods. So Lighthouse Fund's acquisition of Bikaji's food has been given consent by the Competition Commission of India. Now this Lighthouse Funds is a USA based company and it sponsors and controls private equity funds that make investment in consumer companies in India. Who among the following has stepped down as the non-executive chairman and non-executive director from the board of Vodafone India? The answer is that the non-executive chairman and non-executive director Vodafone India, Kumar Mangalam Birla, has stepped down. And he has said that he is ready to sell his stake and he is ready to sell his 27% stake in the company to any public sector, government or domestic finance entity or to any other firm that the government may think fit in order to keep the Vodafone India going. Who among the following has been appointed as the brand ambassador of JK Tyre and Industries Limited? The answer for the same is that India's first F1 driver, Naren Karthikeyan, has been appointed as the brand ambassador of JK Tyre. Right, he will be the face of the brand to exemplify company's quest of driving innovation and excellence in the industry. According to the communique by the Rashtrapati Bhavan, who among the following has been given the additional charge of Mizoram? The answer is that the additional charge of Mizoram is given to Arunachal Pradesh Governor B.D. Mishra. So Governor B.D. Mishra, Brigadier B.D. Mishra will now be given the additional charge of Mizoram. This is because Mizoram and Assam were engaged in a broil which costed 5 lives of Assam police personnel. So a person of his stature is expected to keep a check on that chaos. Small Industries Growth Financial Institution of India, SIDBI, has unveiled an app to facilitate loans to entrepreneurs from low income team. What is the name of the app? The answer is that the name of the app is Digital Prayas. So this Digital Prayas will be engaged in promoting, financing and improvement of micro, small and medium enterprises. And this app will facilitate loan to entrepreneurs from low income teams. And the target is to sanction a mortgage by the top of the day. By the end of the day, they wish to have it done. India has been ranked 122nd in the 2020 Global Youth Development Index. Which country has topped the list? The answer for the same is that which country has topped the list? The answer for the same is that Singapore has ranked top for the first time. It is followed by Slovenia, Norway, Malta and Denmark. Almost all the countries are located in Europe. And this in the 2020 Global Youth Development Index, India is ranked 122nd. Singapore is the number 1. Who among the following has presided over the release of National Fact Sheet Global Youth Tobacco Survey India 2019? The answer is that this was launched by none other than the Union Health Minister Mansukh Lal Mandavia. So he is the new Union Health Minister. The earlier one was Harshvardhan, who failed terribly to control the second wave. That's why this change was done, and Mansukh Lal Mandavia has been named and presided over the release of National Fact Sheet Global Youth Tobacco Survey. India and which country have signed an MOU on monsoon data analysis and cooperation to improve weather forecasts in the region? The answer is that this has been done by India and USA based bodies. So this MOU on monsoon data analysis and cooperation is done. The agreement was signed by the India's National Institute of Ocean Technology Director G.A. Ramadas and US Assistant Administrator for Research and Acting Chief Scientist Craig McLean of the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration on Monday. Indian Air Force has built one of the world's highest mobile air traffic control towers in the which area? The answer is that these highest ATC towers are located in the area of Ladakh. So Indian Air Force has built one of the world's largest mobile air traffic control towers at the advanced landing ground here. You can see it here, right? So this is in the eastern Ladakh region, and India has been considering multiple options of developing the airfields in the eastern Ladakh, including Daulat Beg Oldi, Phukche and Neoma, which are at a distance of few minutes from the LAC with China. Reserve Bank of India is going to levy penalty per ATM on ATMs that run out of cash from October 1. What is the penalty? The answer is that they will run a penalty of 10,000 rupees. So if the banks have not filled any money, then or ATMs run out of cash, so their penalty that is going to be on each ATM is going to be rupees 10,000 if it is out of cash for more than 10 hours per month. So basically it needs to have a lot of cash, because otherwise this kind of boards are very common in the banks. So they are going to pay the ATM. If ATM defaults, then the bank has to pay. China has unveiled new terminal at the Lhasa airport. The airport is located in which country? The Lhasa airport is basically, Lhasa is the capital of Tibet. So Lhasa is located in Tibet, and this new terminal at the Lhasa airport in Tibet was launched by China. Right. This new terminal was made at an investment of $603 million. First Internet Governance Forum of India was concluded in which city? The answer for the same is that this first Governance Forum of India was concluded in the city of not any of the above. It was concluded in the New Delhi, right? And this basically Internet Governance Forum was a policy discussion platform to bring representatives together from various groups considering to discuss public policy issues related to the internet. Who among the following will address the industry of government and business working together for self-reliant India at the CII? The answer is Prime Minister Narendra Modi. None of these. So Prime Minister Narendra Modi is going to address the businesses and the government working together for self-reliant India. And he is going to speak on the theme India at 75, government and business working together for Atmanirbhar Bharat. A 101 member contingent of the Indian Army will participate in the International Army Games 2021. Event will be held in which country? The answer is Russia. So this 101 member contingent of the Indian Army will participate in the International Army Games 2021, and this will be held from August 22 to September 4th. Thank you for watching, dear friends. We'll be back with the pending mock drills.